Most Harry Potter fans think occlumency is just building a blank wall in your head. They're wrong. If Severus Snape did that, Voldemort would have killed him in 5 seconds. A blank wall isn't a shield, it's a confession. To a master mind reader like Voldemort, sudden mental silence is an immediate red flag. It screams that you're hiding something. For a double agent standing inches from the most paranoid tyrant in history, that silence was an instant death sentence.
How did Snape survive decades of face-to-face interrogation? He didn't shut Voldemort out, he invited him in. He used Voldemort's own arrogance against him, turning the Dark Lord's pride into a massive blind spot. We see the flaw of basic occlumency at Slughorn's 1996 Christmas party. Snape confronts Draco Malfoy, who is trying to block him with basic tricks from Bellatrix Lestrange. Snape breaks through instantly and warns him, "I see you using occlumency, Draco. I see you shutting me out."
If Snape could spot a mental wall in a second, think about Voldemort. If Voldemort felt Snape blocking him, the game was over. Snape would die before drawing his wand. So Snape did something far more dangerous. He used advanced occlumency. He explained it to Harry. The mind is not a book to be opened at will and examined at leisure. It is a complex and many-layered thing. With advanced occlumency, you don't build a wall. You only suppress the specific thoughts and memories that give away your lie. You leave the rest of your mind wide open, creating a fake layer of reality. When the Legilimens looks inside, they hit no resistance. They think they see your raw thoughts, never realizing it's a staged performance. Snape fed Voldemort a custom version of his own mind, making sure the Dark Lord found exactly what he wanted. And Voldemort wanted to find darkness.
Snape's real trick was that he didn't invent elaborate lies. He used filtered truths, feeding Voldemort genuine, raw, negative emotions. Think about it. Snape didn't have to pretend to be bitter. He genuinely despised Harry Potter, seeing James Potter's arrogance in the boy's eyes. He hated Sirius Black for bullying him at school, and he deeply resented Albus Dumbledore, who refused him the Defense Against the Dark Arts job for years and treated him like a pawn.
Because these emotions were entirely real, Voldemort's magic detected no hesitation, no sweat, and no mental friction. When Voldemort searched Snape's mind for hatred of Harry, he found plenty of it. When he looked for frustration with Dumbledore, it was completely genuine. Snape gave Voldemort exactly what he expected by showing his true, bitter nature, while keeping his real loyalty buried deep beneath the noise.
This setup exploited Voldemort's deepest weakness, his narcissism. Voldemort saw Snape as a mirror of himself, a bitter half-blood from a poor background who wanted power, status, and survival above all. Because Voldemort couldn't understand love, remorse, or selflessness, he never thought to look for them. He dismissed them as pathetic weaknesses. Snape's loyalty was driven entirely by his love for Lily Potter. To keep this secret safe, Snape couldn't just hide it. He had to bury it under the weight of his genuine hatred for everyone else. His love for Lily was the engine of his life, but in his mind, it sat inside a fortress of real, raw bitterness. Voldemort saw the bitterness and stopped looking. Because he was blind to love, he never realized Snape's dark persona was actually a tribute to it.
Even with this mental shield, the stakes were too high to rely on focus alone. Snape needed physical backups. In the 1995 school year, Dumbledore ordered Snape to teach Harry Potter occlumency, creating a massive risk. During their chaotic training sessions, there was a constant danger that Harry, who was highly emotional and totally untrained, might accidentally breach Snape's mind in a panic. To prevent this, Snape literally pulled his most sensitive, incriminating memories from his brain, like his childhood with Lily and his deepest humiliations, and hid them in Dumbledore's Pensieve before every single lesson. It was a raw, physical defense to make sure Harry's clumsy mental flailing never stumbled on the truth.
Then there was his biggest security risk, his Patronus. Snape's Patronus was a silver doe, just like Lily's. If Voldemort or any Death Eater ever saw Snape cast it, the act would expose him instantly. It was undeniable proof of his loyalty. That is why Snape kept his Patronus hidden, only summoning it in the dead of night, deep in the Forest of Dean, to guide Harry to Gryffindor's sword. In the end, Snape's life as a double agent was a masterclass in self-control. For nearly 20 years, he lived on high alert. During his final year as headmaster of Hogwarts, surrounded by bloodthirsty Death Eaters, he played his part perfectly. He protected the students from the shadows while keeping Voldemort convinced of his loyalty. When Voldemort killed Snape in the Shrieking Shack in May of 1998, it wasn't because he discovered the betrayal. It was a cold murder driven only by Voldemort's desire to own the Elder Wand. Voldemort died believing he had completely outmaneuvered Severus Snape.
But as Snape lay dying, he did what he never dared to do in life. He gave his raw, unfiltered memories to Harry Potter. In those final moments, the fake layers of his mind fell away and the truth came out. Snape did more than keep his secrets. He proved that the best weapon against a mind reader is a heart they can't even begin to understand.